ॐ अजाय नमः। ॐ अव्ययाय नमः। ॐ अविनाशिने नमः। ॐ अचिन्त्याय नमः। ॐ अप्रमेयाय नमः। ॐ अद्वितीयाय नमः। ॐ अनिकेताय नमः। ॐ अनुशासनप्रियाय नमः। ॐ अन्तःसाक्षिणे नमः। ॐ अन्तर्यामिने नमः। ॐ आनन्दाय नमः। ॐ आत्मस्वरूपाय नमः। ॐ आङ्ग्लभाषाविदुत्तमाय नमः। ॐ ईश्वराय नमः। ॐ उदारहृदयाय नमः। ॐ उत्साहवर्धकाय नमः। ॐ एकस्मै नमः। ॐ ओङ्कारविदे नमः। ॐ करुणासागराय नमः। ॐ कर्मपरायणाय नमः। ॐ कालातीताय नमः। ॐ कैवल्यस्वरूपाय नमः। ॐ कृतात्मने नमः। ॐ कृतकृत्याय नमः। ॐ गीताज्ञानयज्ञप्रचारकाय नमः। ॐ गुरवे नमः। ॐ गुणातीताय नमः। ॐ ग्रन्थकृते नमः। ॐ चिन्मयाय नमः। ॐ चिन्नसंशयाय नमः। ॐ जगदात्मने नमः। ॐ जगत्साक्षिणे नमः। ॐ जनप्रियाय नमः। ॐ जितेन्द्रियाय नमः। ॐ जीवब्रह्मैक्यविदे नमः। ॐ जीवन्मुक्ताय नमः। ॐ जीर्णमन्दिरोद्धारकाय नमः। ॐ तपोवनशिष्याय नमः। ॐ तपस्विने नमः। ॐ तापनाशनाय नमः। ॐ तीर्थस्वरूपाय नमः। ॐ तेजस्विने नमः। ॐ देहातीताय नमः। ॐ द्वन्द्वातीताय नमः। ॐ दृढनिश्चयाय नमः। ॐ धर्मसंस्थापकाय नमः। ॐ धीमते नमः। ॐ धीराय नमः। ॐ धैर्यप्रदाय नमः। ॐ नारायणाय नमः। ॐ निजानन्दाय नमः। ॐ निरपेक्षाय नमः। ॐ निःस्पृहाय नमः। ॐ निरुपमाय नमः। ॐ निर्विकल्पाय नमः। ॐ नित्याय नमः। ॐ निरञ्जनाय नमः। ॐ परमाय नमः। ॐ परब्रह्मणे नमः। ॐ पावनाय नमः। ॐ पावकाय नमः। ॐ पुरुषोत्तमाय नमः। ॐ प्रसन्नात्मने नमः। ॐ फलासक्तिरहिताय नमः। ॐ बहुभक्ताय नमः। ॐ बन्धमोचकाय नमः। ॐ ब्रह्मनिष्ठाय नमः। ॐ ब्रह्मपराय नमः। ॐ भयनाशनाय नमः। ॐ भारतगौरवाय नमः। ॐ भूम्ने नमः। ॐ महावाक्योपदेशकाय नमः। ॐ महर्षये नमः। ॐ मधुरस्वभावाय नमः। ॐ मनोहराय नमः। ॐ महात्मने नमः। ॐ मेधाविशारदाय वीतरागाय नमः ॐ वेदान्तवेद्याय नमः ॐ शान्ताय नमः ॐ शान्तिप्रदाय नमः ॐ शास्त्रोद्धारकाय नमः ॐ शुद्धसत्त्वाय नमः ॐ श्रुतिपारदाय नमः ॐ श्रोत्रियाय नमः ॐ सन्न्यासिने नमः ॐ समबुद्धये नमः ॐ सच्चिदानन्दाय नमः ॐ सर्वहितचिन्तकाय नमः ॐ सत्यसङ्कल्पाय नमः ॐ सन्तुष्टाय नमः ॐ साधवे नमः ॐ सुमनसे नमः ॐ सुहृदे नमः ॐ स्वयं ज्योतिषे नमः ॐ स्थितप्रज्ञाय नमः ॐ क्षमाशीलाय नमः ॐ ज्ञानमूर्तये नमः ॐ ज्ञानयोगिने नमः ॐ ज्ञानतृप्ताय नमः ॐ नित्यशुद्धबुद्धमुक्तस्वरूपाय नमः ॐ नित्यशुद्धबुद्धमुक्तस्वरूपाय नमः ॐ नित्यशुद्धबुद्धमुक्तस्वरूपाय नमः ॐ श्री चिन्मय सद्गुरवे नमः ॐ श्री चिन्मय सद्गुरवे नमः. Thanks to the Bral family for hosting this today's program. We are going to have the 96th name among the 108 names. So we have completed up to 95 out of these 108 satsangs. And today it is Sarva-hita-chintakaaya Namah. What is that? It's here. सर्वहित का चिंत करने वाला. हित means in English means hit. सर्व को हित करता है. सबको हित करना है नहीं ऐसा. हित means कल्याण. You can read this a little bit. Is echoing. Hit means kalyan. Huh? That's called tone totally down. Little. Huh. Where only one mic, one speaker.
That one also.
So what you can do is just turn towards yourself. No, you don't do it. Turn towards yourself. Good. No, it won't. Because this is going there. That's the reason. It should turn completely towards you. So, if you understand, hita means to still it is echoing. There is an echo thing is there in you. Eh? Yeah.
Coming down. Yeah.
That's okay. That doesn't. There is a echo provision may be on. And now you increase the volume. Little bit. Bas. So I've been still there. It's okay. सर्व का कल्याण करना. So what happened in case of Arjun also in Gita? When he came to the war to fight with Kauravas, his idea was, I want to conquer these people. Who? Kauravas. Some of them are sleeping, so let's leave them. Active, answer questions. So, to destroy whom or conquer whom? Kauravas. Oh, that much you know. At least. Who is fighting? Pandavas, right. How many of the Pandavas? This is what I ask the children, How many are the Pandavas? Thank God. How many are the brothers of Pandavas?
5.
I don't know. Pandavas I'm asking. So that shows you are definitely sleeping. How many are the Pandavas?
5.
Plus 1. Plus 1. Brothers. Even though he is not a Pandava, but he is the son of Kunti. So, when Arjuna wanted to fight the war, his intention was to conquer the Kauravas. Clear. But that was not the intention of Krishna. If that was the intention of Krishna also, then there would not be Gita at all for us. There would not be any doubt in the mind of Arjuna. I want to destroy all these Kauravas and get back my kingdom. Theek hai? Chalo, do it. But that was not the intent of Krishna. Krishna's intent was Dharma Samstapana. Dharma Samsthapan करने के लिए मैं आ गया. So मेरा अवतार का very object of my avatar is to establish dharma. मैं कैसे करेंगे? Is it that I write a book and then distribute to everybody? That's what Krishna did. Did he write any book? No. Who wrote the Gita then? So it is a conversation that Arjuna and Krishna had, and Vyasa wrote that. So what was the intent of Krishna? That Arjuna should not fight a war thinking about only oneself. No doubt that what was deprived to Pandavas, the kingdom, was given to Kauravas for a short period of time to maintain. It's not defeated. It's not a war that took place and Kauravas defeated Pandavas and got the kingdom. No. It was a game. Losing in a game is not like similar to winning a war. And in the game also, what is the agreement? That you will be given the kingdom after 13 years of your stay outside. Why 13? तेरा कुछ नहीं मैं तो मेरा है. In the olden times, if it is beyond 14 years, the rulership is deprived. Beyond 14 years. Even 14 years plus one day, you will not be given back the kingdom. It doesn't belong to you anymore. Expiry date is 14 years. Nowadays you have now, when you buy anything, they say, what? 1 month trial period. Uska baad kya hoga? If you use one day, even the 12th midnight, 1 hour later, if you use it, charge. You will be charged immediately. And most of us won't remember. That is the idea. You forget to renew or forget to do it. Immediately it will be charged your card. Why? That's why they can take the card information before itself. So that even if you forget, we will start charging you. So 14 years and more than 14 years means you will be incapable of ruling that place. But the agreement was for them is 13 years. Remember, Rama also 14 years only max given. But actually Kaikeyi wanted him to go forever. But somehow this is stopped at 14. And that's why the last day when Rama was about to come, last day, that is 13, 14 years are completing, and the last day, if you would not come, Bharata will enter into fire. And so he sends Hanumanji to go there and tell Hanumanji that Rama is on his way, don't do anything. Anyway, so the agreement was that after 13 years you should give back the kingdom. How much ever destruction you can do, chalo, karo. So, when Krishna came back and then said, now 13 years are over, give back. See, when I give it to you for something, keep it, I'm going out of station, out of the city, and I will get back to you, and then you give it back. When I come back, I say, I'm not giving you. Ownership transferred. No, not allowed. So they are obliged to give it back, but they don't. So then war become unavoidable. There's a story I read. One person, he had a good cat, and he had his old grandmother also living with him. She was already 85. And he had to go on an urgent business. He was single. And so he told his friend, please take care of my grandmother just for a week. Just to go every day and she keep her food, and then she will eat for both morning and evening. But make sure that she is taken care. Is it okay? And then give little milk for this cat also. And so that will also survive until I come back. Sorry to ask you to do this, but please do. I said, okay, no problem. And he went. After a day or two, he got a call from his friend. He said, I tried my best, but your cat died. What happened? I don't know. When I went there, it was no more. I said, giving me such a shocking news so casually? What is wrong? The cat died. That's what I said. No, you cannot give me such shocking news like this. You should say, oh, cat was sitting on a fence and then it fell down and then it died. Something, prepare me, Prepare me. One day you say a cat was sitting on a fence, and next day you say it fell, and third day you can say it got injured, and fourth day you died. So you just prepare me like that. You cannot suddenly say that cat died. Okay. 3 days later he said, your grandmother is sitting on the fence. Please switch off the phones. Okay, thank you. Why did that joke come here? 13 years. So, so you give me that. I don't want to give you. So if you don't want to give, its agreement is what? After that you have to hand it over. And he told Duryodhana that you didn't win this. You don't win this kingdom by war. You didn't conquer Pandavas. You didn't defeat them. You only played a game. And therefore you are obliged to give it back. No. That is the adharma that is done by him. One. Forcefully taking away the kingdom from somebody's hand. Many other things they have done, like burning their place, poisoning Bhima. They are called Atatayinah in Sanskrit. Atatayinah means fraternal crime. Crime not committed to strangers, crime committed to brothers. Fraternal. So they are, according to Dharma Shastra, a fraternal crime called Atatayin should be killed no matter what. Even if it is one's own brother or father. That is the rule. Because they are not worthy of living at all. But then, when Arjuna was on the battlefield and was seeing his own brothers and cousins, etc., he lost his mind. He said that how can I kill my own cousins, my own uncle, my own teacher, etc. What was not clear in Arjuna's mind was the purpose of the war. Arjun, don't look at them as your relatives. Look at them as those who are against Dharma. In this context, Arjuna was not clear what is Dharma. Is Dharma precedes relationship? Is the Dharma more important than family unity? Is Dharma greater than all emotional relationships? Yes or no? That's a question. How can I kill? And after having killed, what would be my attitude towards, what would be the people think about me? A person who for the sake of kingdom had killed his own brothers and his cousins. You know why I'm saying this is just 2 days back we were handling in Ramayana also. When Lakshman was ready to kill Bharat, when Bharat was coming to meet Rama at the forest in Chitrakuta, with his whole army, imagine the whole army. There was no need for him to come with the whole army, but he did come because he wanted everyone to witness Rama's coronation. The entire city was there. And Lakshman, when he went up to climbed up the tree and looked at, and he saw the flag of Bharata coming towards them, he immediately came down to Rama and said, I think Bharata has come with the entire army to kill you. And I would not leave anybody alive. My hands have been, waiting to kill. And I have not used my bow and arrow for a long time. You don't worry, I'll finish him. This was Lakshman. But what was Rama's answer there? Lakshmana, you don't even know what? How much Bharat loves me. How much is the Bharata dear to me? You have no idea. And he will not do anything which is against me. He might have gone back and found that I was sent away. He would have got very angry with his mother, and with the permission of father, he is coming here to take me back. That's what is happening. You have no idea about that. Have you ever had any kind of unpleasant exchange with Bharata ever in your life? Have you ever seen him getting like that, angry about anything about you or me? No. How do you then conclude that? And do you think I am eager to go back to Ayodhya to rule after having killed Bharata or winning a battle against him? If you want the kingdom, I will give it to you. I will ask him to give it to you. See, the scenario is totally different. There, the Dharma was not forsaken. In the Ramayana, Dharma was not forsaken. It is not forcefully taken away from the hand. It was not even given to him anyway. Rama was not given the kingdom and taken away. Whereas in the case of Yudhishthira, it was given to them to rule and then taken away, number one. And it is not that it is under the, in the case of here, Dasharatha was asked to give it back, take it away from, or not to give Rama the kingdom, unwillingly. Whereas here, Duryodhana had influenced Dhritarashtra to say, and Dhritarashtra did say that. And Dhritarashtra had so much of love for Duryodhana, he did not even consider Pandavas. He was there, sitting there in the court, while the game was going on, while they were defeated, while it was taken away from their hands. So, And interestingly, even Bhishma was present when this is happening. Which means all the wise people of the kingdom were quiet and dumb, speechless. Which only shows that the entire kingdom of Hastinapura has fallen to adharma. And even when Krishna went so many times back and forth to negotiate the whole thing, none of them obliged, including Bhishma. Somebody's phone is still making sound. So therefore, what Krishna's attitude towards the whole situation is, it is not conquering or taking the kingdom back from the hands of Kauravas. It is to destroy adharma for good. Nobody should repeat this kind of mistakes. So his intent was to give Arjuna a vision of what is Loka Kalyan. Loka Kalyan. What is that to be done for the benefit of the maximum number of people? Think about Gurudev Swami Chinmayanandaji, who studied under Swami Ishwaranandaji and then went to Swami Tapovanam to get that knowledge. Vedanta knowledge, studied under him very, very carefully, gained the vision of the highest truth, and then easily, like what Swami Tapovanji has done, stay in one place, meditate, and quietly live a sadhu life. Was he? He said, no. This knowledge is for Loka Kalyan. Khud mera kalyan ke liye nahi. It is not for my own benefit. It is for the benefit of everyone, whoever it be. Like if you put a tree in your backyard, a mango tree, let us say you put. किसके लिए आप कर रहे हैं? Or you say, let us say you put it in this year 2018, it would not immediately give fruits. It will take, let us say, 5 years, 6 years, 10 years. And when you are, let us say, after 10 years, 2028, it starts giving you fruits and you will enjoy. And you would say, oh, I am enjoying, my children will enjoy, my grandchildren will enjoy. That much is only our vision. Maximum. If you are allowed to put the same tree in a park, and who is going to benefit out of that? You don't even know. Not your children alone, not your family members. Anybody and everybody. So, the act is the same, but why are you doing it? Gurudev said that I learned, but that should not remain with me. No doubt, if I am sitting in one corner in the solitude of Himalayas and sitting in Samadhi and quietly, I will be definitely benefited out of that knowledge. No doubt about it. Nobody will disturb me. The same thing happened to Swami Vivekananda also. So Sri Ramakrishna Paramahamsa passed away. He was not initiated by Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, you know that. He took sannyas by himself. Narendra became Vivekananda on his own, along with many other Saha Brahmacharis or Saha parties, other disciples of Ramakrishna, none of them were given sannyas. None of them were initiated in sannyas. Probably Ramakrishna Paramahamsa did not even believe in sannyas. He was not a sannyasi first hand. He cannot give sannyas. A grahastha cannot give sannyas to another person. It's not allowed. Traditionally. Only sannyasi can give. So, he passed away. So then, he himself took Narendra. The name was also given. But he took the blessings from Sharadamma because they consider as a holy mother. And he then went to a very remote place and then sat down to contemplate. And he was deep in Samadhi, Vivekananda. Suddenly he got a kick from here on the neck. In the gufa, nobody else was there. Something, who it could be, what it is. If you read, and there are some places he has written about it. Again he went into the deep contemplation and samadhi. Again one kick. He was really afraid. He said, who is this? Suddenly there was a voice, he said, of Ramakrishna Paramahamsa himself. I have not taught you to sit down in the corner. What I could not do, you are now supposed to accomplish. Go out. Go out and give this knowledge, the saving knowledge, to anybody and everybody in this world. Don't stop till you reach that goal. That's why Vivekananda's very famous verse. Arise and awake and stop not till the goal is reached. This is coming from Kathopanishad. Churasyadara nishida duratyaya durgam padastat kavayo vadanti. This path is like a razor's edge, and it is a difficult path to tread on and continue to go. So, therefore, Vivekananda was quite surprised. Ramakrishna Paramahamsa never moved away from his own ashram, ever. But Vivekananda never stayed in one place for a long time. He decided that for my Guru Dakshina to my Thakur is to serve the maximum number of people. And then onwards he never stopped. Went on and on and on until his body gave up. Within a short period of 40 years, he had to leave the body. He was only 40 when he left the body. We are at 40, we are still wondering, what is that I'm going to do here? Take Shankaracharya for example. When he was very young, you might have seen the movie Shankaracharya. How many of you seen Shankaracharya movie? He was very young and he was moving about. And at that time he was not even, he has not left the house. When he was there, and then one day a Brahmana was coming by and he was quite sad. So Shankaracharya asked him, at that time he was Shankara. He asked, why are you feeling so sad? He said, my sadness is not about my knowledge, but this knowledge is dying away. This knowledge is lost its charm or brilliance. And it will definitely be not available to the next generation if nobody is taking care of it. That is what I am worried about. That went deep into the heart of Shankaracharya. Kuch karna hai. I have to do something to this great knowledge. I cannot be in this little town of Kaladi where I have learned from my father and others, and I will also, just perish. I have to make sure that this knowledge reaches to the maximum number of people. That is when he set out. So you see, in the case of Swami Vivekananda, or in the case of Sri Shankaracharya, Gurudev also, in spite of the fact that Taponji said, why are you going there to the people? You will be caught in the maya of the world. He said, if my knowledge is true, I will never be caught. If my knowledge is superficial, I will definitely be caught. No doubt about that. In fact, that will be a good test of my knowledge. Isn't it? If you think that you know, you will definitely have to test it out whether you really know it or not. If you merely assume that you know and live with that assumption, one surgeon was, surgeon, was about to operate in the, do an open heart surgery to a patient, and the patient was lying down. And he was telling, don't worry, Adam, you will do very well. Don't worry at all. You will be fine, Adam. So the patient was like, my name is not Adam. I'm Joseph. No, my name is Adam. Think of it. So how do you know your knowledge is valid, and how do you know you're sure? Only when you do it, you will know it. That's the best form of learning is teaching. So only then you know how much you know. You think you know, but actually you are not. Many of the parents, the husband should say, I'll ask, how is your wife's food? Excellent. Nobody under the sun is as good as my wife. One reason is otherwise he will not get next day's food. That's one thing. So he has to accept. Second is, I will say, how do you know that your wife's food is the best? I am the example. She had worked on me quite some time. For many years I have suffered, and finally I have. I am the product of food. So you should know that. So Gurudev said that how do I even know that I have got the correct knowledge? Unless I go and distribute and give this knowledge to the maximum people. And if maximum people are able to benefit out of that, Loka Kalyan ke liye main kar raha hu. So see, I have given 4 examples here. Vivekananda, Swami Chinmayananda, Shankaracharya. Krishna himself was on the battlefield for what purpose? Had it been that just he has to destroy the Kauravas, Krishna would have done like this. There was no need for a war also. What is the need for a war? If Duryodhana and Karna is gone, that's it. If those 2 people were not there, even Karna had been gone, Duryodhana would have no strength. So it is easy for him to complete that job. But who is supporting this Duryodhana indirectly is, unfortunately, Bhishma. Knowing very well that is not a dharmic war, he was supporting it. The only way to therefore make Bhishma realize or to withdraw from this war is what will threaten him. What will threaten him? His curse. The curse that he has. That's the only way he will stop. So he did that to make sure that Bhishma is out of the scene. If Bhishma had been there fighting till the last, Arjuna would have no chance of it. So anyway, not going to the story part, the purpose of Krishna standing there at the battlefield was not just to win the war, but to show to the world why Dharma has to win. So, Sarva-hita-chintakaaya. So, how a Mahatma become a person who can do the Loka Kalyan? For example, if there is a very successful businessman, like Bill Gates and many others, what they were doing, they did the business. First-hand business, successful business. But at the end of the whole thing, having become a billionaire maybe, what are you going to do? See, how much you can eat, how many dresses you can wear, how many cars you can drive, how many shoes you can wear. At once you open your eyes and say, how many people can benefit out of what I have earned? Once that opening up takes place, that this money which I have got is not for an individual satisfaction. It should help poorest of the poor, most sickly people, most deprived of the world, people in the world. I need to make sure that they are helped by me. Then only it is that money is worth. Money is really worth only when it is reaching the deserving people. If it accumulated in one place, it's a dirt. When we are coming to your source, there was a big, huge reservoir, you might have seen. If the reservoir is kept for days together, months together without being distributed, do you think that it will be healthy? A river is constantly fresh. You know why? Because it is moving. A pond or a lake, when it is not used for a long period of time, it's a collected dirt of the place. It would not benefit anybody. You have to put medicine and then keep it alive. It loses its ability. So also money. So also knowledge. It has to help maximum number of people. That's why Gurudev came up with the motto: maximum happiness to maximum people for maximum time. That's the motto of Chinmaya Mission. Now, when it comes to helping out people, there are various ways to help people. For example, in our Hindu society, the division that is created by Bhagavan Krishna himself, Chadurvarnyam Maya Srishtam. I created the fourfold division in the society. The name caste came much later. The very word caste means mold. So if you are to make a particular piece of art, or something, let us say that there is a mud pot, a particular beautiful design mud pot. It's a mold. So you have a pre-made mold, and then you pour you put the mud there and then put it under for heating it when the mold is. Are people born what do you call that? No, there's a word.
Prefabricated.
Okay, the word fabricated can be used. Predisposed. Pedigree. They call it a pedigree. Pedigree is not training. Is it training?
No.
It's a lineage.
Pedigree is pure.
So are we a pedigree now? Brahmana, Kshatriya, Shudra, Vaishya, the pedigree. Krishna did not believe in pedigree. Krishna did not believe in molding, casting. Krishna believed in training. So, guna karma, your guna, your character, and your karma, what you do, how you think, what you do, that makes you, not how you're born. So when it comes to Brahmanas are, what is their role in Loka Kalyan? Purohita. Purohita means one who does everything for the sake of the person who is in front of him. If you go to a temple and the priest is supposed to think about what will benefit you. I am only praying to the Lord for your benefit. But now our Purohits, you look at them. Every finger has got a diamond ring. All the 5 fingers have got diamond rings. They wish they had more. किस कल्याण के लिए आप कर रहे हो भाई? More than the Lord, he has all on his body. Purohit means one who does things for the sake of the person who is in front of him. Himself living with minimum, giving maximum to the... That's why a Brahmana is not an earning member of the society at all. He is not an earning member of the society. That's why the kings have to give him the cows and other things because they don't earn by themselves. It has to be given to them. Why? Because they are serving the society. There was a story I heard. In Africa, there was a small village, and there was it was a long time back, a king was ruling that particular area, and they had a judge in the society. Judge. This panchayat system or whatever you call it as. And the judge was a very, very noble and very simple person. He did not take anything for himself. He did not even take a salary. So the king was and the ministers were very concerned. They went to him and said that you are doing an excellent job of being a judge in this village, but you are not taking anything out of even the government. You are not taking salary. He said, no, I don't want salary. You need an assistant to help you out no, I don't want an assistant. I will become old if I can give it me anyway. I have to do it myself. And why not you get a vehicle so that you can go back and forth wherever? No, I want to walk. Then only I will be healthy. So everything that is given to him, he rejected. And the more insistent means he will resign. So be careful. And he himself would, in his own, and he was single. Maybe that is the reason he was not. And he used to carry water for his own personal consumption every day go to the river, pick up the water, come back home. And that he considered that as a healthy habit every day, and that's an exercise. So such a noble judge was there in that village. Once it so happened in that very same village, two brothers were living and they had a land. And then father died, and then the land was divided into two. And then the land, there was a road also in between. So one of the brothers decided to open a shop. And the shop he wanted to open right on the path itself. So the other brother objected to it, saying that you cannot do that. No, I will have to do that. That's not your land. Why are you bothered about it? It's part of my land. So even it is not part of my land, you are not supposed to do it on the road. And so let us go to the judge and ask this question. So in their village there was no judge. They had to go to the next village where this the judge which I am mentioning was living. So they were going. They did not even know who this was, but they were told, you go there, there is a judge there and he would take care of this. So they were going towards that village. On the way, he saw a person carrying a water and walking about. That is our man. So then he asked the two strangers, where are you going, you boys? We have here to meet the judge. What for? He didn't introduce himself. What for? He said, we have a dispute. Okay. For that, he didn't tell him what the dispute was. So for that dispute, we are going there. So, okay. So as he was going, he was taking the pot of water, but he was not walking on the street, he was going on the side. So these people were walking, said, you are taking the water and going through the stones, etc. Why not you come to the street and walk? He said, the street is meant for people to travel, not for taking the water. The taking of water is my personal action. The street is not, it's public, so I cannot do that. They said, we got the judgment, we are going. So, even that is called self-conscious being. Conscious about what is to be done, not because in the presence of others. So a Brahmana is someone who is said to be one who is doing everything for the sake of the society or the people, praying and doing all the rituals, not for himself, but for the society, for the benefit of the society. And it should be done no matter whether anybody is watching it all or not. You don't do the puja because somebody is watching you. In a temple, you do the puja or worship of the Lord because you worship the Lord who is there, not whether the people are there or not. How does it matter to you? So also a Kshatriya was supposed to defend this country. It doesn't matter who is living in that country. There may be criminal living in that country. In the part of the society, there may be businessmen and many others, not his relatives only. Not only his family, whoever it be, my role is to protect my country from anybody's attack. That is also Sarva-hita-chintakaaya. And a businessman, Vaishya also should bring prosperity to the society so that the community or the entire society can live at a higher standard of life. Their ability to purchase power will increase only when the money is properly flowing in. Similarly, a Shudra is supposed to serve whoever needs help. This is how the 4 classification was made by Bhagavan. In all this he said, I am doing this for the sake of Sarva Jana Kalyana. So when it comes to Gurudev also, do you think he gave lectures because he wanted to give lectures? He always said, I am doing that so long as you need me. The moment your need stops, I will not be here. Out. The action that is done, all the various lectures and camps and writing books and many other such noble act was done by Gurudev. It is not for the sake of name, fame, or being recognized. I do because you need it. I do because it is such a treasure. It is something which even a little bit you take, you will benefit the maximum. Solpam apyasya dharmasya trayato mahato vayat. Even little you take, that will help you become a better person. That is the reason I am giving this knowledge. Whether he created hospitals and schools, 82 schools we have in India, or the around 300 plus centers that are running, Balvihars and many other things. Forward. Samasta jana kalyane niratam karunamayam. Ever engaged in thinking about what will benefit the maximum number of people. So when we look at such Mahatmas, when we thus come to see such noble people around us, if at all you happen to see such Mahatma in your life, who has given maximum to the world, minimum to oneself. Now our Gurudev used to say, our youngsters, minimum to the world, maximum to oneself. Minimum to the world. Now look at your own. I'm not blaming the present day every time the youth, obviously until they become really mature, that is not the case. But the problem is now nobody gets matured. Even when they are 70, they are not still matured. What can you do? At least we think that as they get old, they become mature. No, nothing happens. They are not learning from their own personal life. Who can advise them? If I don't learn from my own mistakes, can I learn from anybody else's mistakes? How much time we spend on our own personal pleasures is so, just imagine that. Nowadays even TV nobody wants to share. You keep your TV. I have iPad. I watch movie here. Why do I need to do? So everybody, see if you take a house, every room has got its own everything. It's a small house in itself. Except some kitchen is not there inside the room. That also is possible. When I was teaching in Sandipani, the strict rule is no cooking should take place. No, everybody should come to the kitchen, have food, and then take only the plates, empty plates back to the room. So That is the rule which we had when I was teaching or when I was studying, etc. So when I was teaching there in Sandipani, I had around 40-45 students there. I had a doubt. These people, I don't think they are satisfied with what is being given in the kitchen. So I said, I will go and check one day. So one day suddenly I get into their hostel. And I went there. The rooms were kept, because some of the word spread. So Swamiji is on his way. Everybody is everything is here. So I went to the first room and then looked at it. Books were there, kept there, and the clothes. Okay. Second room, I could smell something. This is not what we serve today. How can this be? Under the bed, they had a kitchen. Bread maker, or what called it? Toaster, sandwich makers, and pizza, whatever. I said, what is this going on underneath? Their answer is, if somebody is really sick, Swamiji, we need to create certain extra additional food. That is what I know who is getting sick. I'm sick of you people. So as you see every house has, if you go to a teenagers, I say the TV is there, the computer is there, this is there. They don't need to come out of their room. Social interaction is nil. Family interaction is nil. What about social interaction? Do you know who's your neighbor? How many of you know your neighbors? Tell me. For fighting, you may probably know them. That fellow, useless fellow, is putting his things on my backyard. If we can't even understand who's our neighbor, what about Jana Kalyan ke liye kya kar sakte ho? Huh? Where's the question of Jana Kalyan? And the other day also I was telling this, I don't know where it was. This lady was a very rich lady, and she had a servant who would come in the morning and go back in the evening. And she had a young child, 3-year-old. So one day she was going out and she said to her servant, you take care of the child. He will cry and all those things, babysitting. Just take care of him. He's only 4 years old. Show him some movies or TV games or whatever. And she went to her ladies' club, social club. And the social club has taken a new project of going into the slum and taking care of, their needs. So they all went there. And in one of the houses, they said that this child requires to be, taken care, the slum child. So all the photographers and journalists, retinue. So this lady also sat there with that child for 2-3 hours telling stories. Actually, that child was that servant's child. Interestingly, kya karte ho aap? You give your child to the servant and you take care of the servant child. Why didn't you stay back home and do the same thing? This is all kind of a show off. I am also doing seva. This kind of a seva nahi chahiye. Even at home, consider that serving in home itself is Jana Kalyan ke liye aap karo. I don't take care of my own house and then go and do anything in this world. What is my backyard is dry and then I am going for a garden to plant trees. Why don't you do it at home? If the house is better, the village is better. If the village is better, the town is better. The town is better, the city is better. The city is better, the country is better. It starts at home. If there is no peace at home, do you think that you can give peace to anywhere else? So, Sarva-hita-chintakaaya, he says, improve your home. That's what Gurudev's message was. Don't go out and then try to become a great leader for people to praise you and, respect you, etc. Just start where you are. Every one of us is a potential leader, provided we start leading ourselves to the right way. Start at home. Many of these kids, when they go to card, we go for community development. घर में कुछ करना है नहीं. Even the clothes they don't want. They throw it here and there. Card के लिए मैं कहाँ जा रहा हूँ वहाँ पे. I'm going and benefiting this homeless people. I'm going building home. First build your home. Go and help your mom. Wash your own clothes. Keep your home tidy. Clean your house. Go to the backyard and work. Don't do it. So Gurudev says self-improvement is the best kalyan aap kar sakte hain. If you are good, if you are noble, if you are a man of values, more people can benefit out of you. Take care of it from where you are. Always the journey starts from where you are, right? Journey doesn't start from 100 miles from where you are. Journey always starts from your home. If you don't get out of your home properly, then how will you reach there anywhere? So, I had a doctor, my family doctor, when I was growing up. I never went to him. Touch wood, I never had to go to him. One reason why I did not go to him was he was 200 pounds big. 200 to 300 pounds. Looking at him, I got sick. This is a doctor. He himself cannot control himself. How are you going to control me? He himself is coughing. He cannot even get up. Get up means he cannot sit down. Sit down. How is he going to make me good? How? And he himself asthmatic. He can't speak one single sentence straight. And he is going to give me medicine? I mean, as exaggerating, I'm telling you. Of course, he can be a good doctor. I don't know. I mean, knowledge is there. But it's not practiced. If he himself is not able to take care of his body, he is overweight and he is not able to even walk straight, how is he going to do it? It's interesting, no? When I used to go, I mean, whether my mother is sick or brother is sick or what, I'll send them inside and stay outside. And I'll go inside. Because it's interesting to watch him getting into the clinic. That fellow, the doctor, sorry to say, from the car to his clinic, it's a few steps you have to climb, and then you go into the hallway and then get into his room. I used to sit in the corner of the hallway next to the step and watch him. One step, the next step, another 1 minute he will stop. Third step he will stop again. Thank God I am not going to come to you. The point here I am trying to say is that if you are saying that I am here to improve the society or to do something to society, start from here. And the Gurudev always said Chinmaya mission is not for mere social reformation, it is individual transformation. It's not for social reformation, reformment I am creating this. Individuals improve. You change, the world around you will change. And he used to give the example of, if I am a drunkard, who will be my friends? Saints, sadhus. And if I am saintly, who will be my friends? Drunkards. Gurudev used to be asked this question. Swamiji, so one person asked him, Swamiji, you are such a noble person, saintly. Why is that people around you are all egoistic? Why? He would laughingly would say, a doctor can never complain about the patients. Patients can complain about the doctor. Doctor cannot complain the patients. Do you think the doctor will be always surrounded by healthy people? Then he is useless. I need everybody around me only. So what to do? Every day I have to meet people who are sickly. That's your job. What can you do? So he always would say, I am a doctor of the mind. I will have mentally sick people only around me. So don't complain. Egoistic people will be there around the egoless person. Right? To learn from him how to become egoless. Correct? And he himself egoistic. What do you think? What do you think of others around him? So therefore, when one is individually transforming, the people around will change. So you better surround yourself with the people who are thinking right. That also will influence you to become better. So, Sarva-hita-chintakaaya, ever interested in doing things that can maximum benefit the people. By individual improvement alone, there will be improvement of the family or the society or the entire. So he often would say, United Nations Peace Council. Do you think United Nations have decided to create peace? How can they create peace? Stopping the war. For how long? Have you ever seen in this world, in your limited period of 40-50 years of your mature outlook of the world, have you ever seen a war ending in peace? A war ends only to start another afresh after some time. It never ends in peace. In the war, there is no, the end of the war is not who is right. End of the war is who is left. End of the war is who is left. It doesn't know who is right. Do you think Mahabharata war ended in peace, you think? No, it didn't. Only regrets. Only pain. Even though Krishna finally achieved his intent of bringing justice to the situation, his own clan had clashed and perished. Krishna's own clan got perished. Isn't that true? It didn't exist. Look at Bihar now. You will understand what it really means. Bihari Lal ki jai. It never ends in peace. So anyway, the study and other things, satsang, everything is done for individual's transformation. Once the individual has transformed, then alone he or she is strong enough to transform anybody else. If I am myself, I am sick. I can be of no use to the world. If I am myself an agitated, disturbed, unhappy, angry, frustrated individual, how can I help anybody to become better? So, Sarva-hita-chintakaaya. He said individual change must happen. That's the best way to bring about change in this world. Om sarve bhavantu sukhinah, sarve santu niramayah, sarve bhadrani pashyantu, kasyat dukkha bhavet. Om shanti shanti shanti. हरि ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। हरि ओम। कुछ प्रश्न है?